put it on mute this whole time.
Oh my God.
That was my bad. I'm sorry. Thank you. See what knowledge? You see what knowledge can do? Just one punch. Thank you. But I hope you guys can hear us now. I'm sorry.
She's still on that.
What happened?
She's still on the semester. On the semester.
So let me say this. So today I was awesome. I'm going to distribute to everyone in a second. Now, so today, how many heard me before say, some of you probably have, that we're going to the stadiums? Heard me? Okay, stadium. Now, for those of you that were, I think you were, on the first conference that we had.
I was there.
Yes, you were there. When the man prophesied.
I was there.
Thank you. You were there. Because that was at your church. I don't know if you were there the night when he did that. That was the first night. Listen, I want to say that to say this one little thing. We had a conference last year in November. I believe it was a 10 to 12 or one of those days. We prayed a week before that. In the course of our prayer, or 2 weeks before that, God spoke to us that we're going to go to the stadium in 3 years. We'll be using the stadium. Now watch this. And the very first night of the conference, the person that was supposed to preach could not make it. Something happened, so there was a shift. And the man of God that came, we got him an hour before 2 hours before we started. So it was a person that came out to preach eventually. Right when he stood up and started preaching, in the midst of the preaching, God spoke to him and said, in 3 years, you guys will be in the stadium, to confirm what God spoke to us the previous week, right? Now watch this. About, oh man, I forgot the date. I wrote it down. I was in Philly ministering with Sonny one of those days, sometime last year. We were ministering out of nowhere, out of the blue. God said to me, go and look for a stadium to book in 2019. Now, I did not even remember that he had spoken that in 2019 because I'm sending you guys there. I was like, whoa. So I wrote it down somewhere in my diary. By this week, stadium feels like school of worship to me. Do you understand what I mean? Let me tell you what it is. It's so easy for me to come here and just be here to teach. That's how it is for me now. It's so easy because I've seen beyond that. My faith is grown more than you know, I'd say stadium and then you're wondering in your mind, how could this be? It's not like that for me anymore. Why? Because it wasn't that I didn't believe God the first time. I believed it, I held on to it. But it was still this big thing in my mind. Even though I know God would do it. But now, the size of stadium is shrink all the way to like this. So I've already started meetings about it. So I've been on a meeting since yesterday, 2 days ago. We've gone to check out some stadiums. I gotta pay for it. Listen, it's gonna be a one-night worship night. Listen, man. So I'm saying it because I wanted you guys to be witness again. She was there last year when they said it. So it's 2019 is just a year from now.
You mean the first one too, right?
Huh?
The very first conference you
Yeah, the very first one. Yeah. On the very first night. So I'm saying that.
That wasn't last year.
That was last. No, that was
3 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was in the. That was 1 year last year November, right? So because it looks like we're in 2018 and this is January, so it was last year, 1 year.
But the very first conference you had was a couple of years ago.
No, it was 2018, that was 2016.
Okay. Yeah, it's a couple of years.
That's 1 year ago. Is it years?
No, man.
2017 November was 1 year.
Right.
When you add the months off, it's not 2 years yet, is what he's saying.
November 2018 make it 2 years.
I'm just rounding up.
So I'm saying that because I want you to build the level of your faith. The way you stretch it is what you see, as far as you can see. That's as far as you can go. As far as you can see, what you can see is what you will seize. If you don't see yourself as a powerful praise and worship leader, you can never be what you don't see. That's why your sight is very important. What you hear, hearing what you hear is very important. What you see, very powerful. Do we understand that? So I need you to see by September this year when you guys are graduated. We're going to be doing it recorded. We have to do it recorded. So you guys must be prepared because we're going to record so you guys are the ones doing the lead. Praise and worship and all the 9 yards. I believe in it so hard. Amen?
Amen.
So make sure you don't see yourself low. See yourself as a powerful person. The best songwriter, great worship, praise and worship leader, great soloist, and great artist. Y'all know Miss Cassie is an artist too, right? She's done a recorded before now. The light. Amen. So good to see everyone. Minister Barbara, good to see you. Let's be standing a second. Praise God, praise God. So I'll split everyone in 6 or 7. Do we have up to 12 people here tonight? Is that you 12? Awesome. Now, can we have you guys sit 6 each? Yeah. It doesn't matter because I'm going to push everyone to sing soprano and alto anyway. Now, these 6 people, y'all are going to stick together to the end of the class. To the end of the class. It's graduation night.
Oh, okay. So we're going to have
So all 6 of you are going to be best friends. Y'all will call and do your rehearsals on your own and do stuff like that. So make sure you're hanging out with the right 6.
So we're going to have our own colors.
Hold on. Yeah, y'all will have different stuff. I want to make sure there's no tribalism. 1, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6. I know some people are still coming tonight. Okay.
So I can switch over?
No.
To what? What?
2, 4, 6.
That's not
7, 8.
She's on the wrong side.
Okay, I have the next 6. Come through. All right, sit. Now sit in a row of 6 of you. As you notice that you go online to see, we're trying to listen.
Bring your butt right here.
Someone is asking for the link online.
Bring your butt.
Share it.
Unfortunately, I don't know how to do that. I'm sorry.
She said got it.
Nothing online yet.
It is online, bro. Yes, it's online. It's on you now, right? Yeah, I think I've muted it. It's on you.
She know how. She know how.
All right, so Tim is going to copy it and paste it on the group so you can share it from there. Oh, you could do that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You can go ahead and do it. All right, so 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. All right. Okay, so here's the plan. Let me tell you the plan and then we'll get right to it. All 6 of you that are in the group, I'll probably make it 7 so we have one lead. In this semester, we're going to be working on a lot of leads, but I want to ensure that your backgrounds are still very rooted. So we're going to do a lot of songs, a lot of it this time. Now we're going to go through many genres of music. So I'm going to pick each and every one of you to do leads. We're going to move from praise and worship, solo songs, group songs, and then just corporate songs with everyone. We do things together. But all 6 of you will have to do set rehearsal with me at a different time. So this is going to be a little bit of a stretch because I want to ensure that you get it right. And then you're going to have to be responsible to help sometimes your group people just in case they don't have it. So record it, what you have, and share with your group. You guys can call and do stuff together. And then the last thing is, I'm going to work with you guys differently for presentation for our second worship time together in such a way that certain materials we're going to deal with, 6 of you would know just what you know. 6 of you will know just what you know. So when you're doing performance, it's a surprise to what 6 of them. When you're doing performance, it's a surprise to what 6 of you. Does that make sense? So you're all the ones that will know what you have to say. So they will be hearing for the first time, and then we'll be hearing you guys for the first time. And vice versa to be 36 and stuff like that. But also, we'll do some stuff together as a group. Now that one everyone will be aware of. So we're going to do a lot of leads, okay? But I want you guys also to get background so that in this semester as well, we be learning about sound as well. So we're kicking that off from next week, actually. So we'll talk about that in a second. So we want everyone to learn sound. It's in this semester I'll start teaching how to write it, writing a song. So prepare for that too, as well. So it's going to be a little bit detailed, a little bit. I'm just trying to share just a glimpse of what the vision is. So we do a lot of practical stuff. Okay. For those of you that have been consistent a little bit with your piano last semester, we're going to stretch it just a bit forward this semester. I please want to beg you guys. For those of you online, please. If there are 2 semesters you should not miss, it should be the first and the second one. Unfortunately, the first we didn't get the opportunity to really stretch it out because they have fundamental stuff. But this second semester, don't miss it. The third you can afford to miss because the third you have leeway to grow into some stuff. We're going to talk about some great stuff, but this second one, don't miss it because we're going to deal with each person's vocal individually. So please don't miss it. It's going to be very interesting. Okay. So those of you learning piano, please come and get your piano stuff. We're going to start at 6 early, so we can cover more piano stuff, and then you guys can grow. Yeah. I'll be here from 4. For those that can make it earlier before then, that's fine.
In the parking lot.
So. Okay. All right. So, when you step into the real world, right? I don't know if you've been in church where you're singing just a simple. Okay, let me put it this way. Most of our stuff at church is really praise and worship stuff. Most of the singing you do in church are usually praise and worship, right? So you have three different areas. When you sing at church, you do more praise and worship, and every now and then in some churches or somewhere in the service you do a presentation. But usually not more than one song, sometimes two. Depends on what church you're in, right? The way they set it up. So, but generally, most of the services are singing is pretty much praise and worship. So we're going to start tonight with praise and worship. But why is it that when you get to church and you do praise and worship, there's always a problem? So 99% of the singing problems that you have in church, when you say someone truly can't sing, or when you say someone is getting on your nerves during singing, is because they're not getting praise and worship section right. Because that's most of your singing at church, right? Are you okay? You're raising your hands?
Yeah, I was saying.
You're in the spirit. Yeah. So 90% of the singing is usually praise and worship stuff. So the special presentation may be wrong, but you do that just one time. And even during offering time, it's usually praise and worship songs, right? So now, but there's another level past that, which is the artist part. Those are the part we're dealing with in the third semester. So, but in this praise and worship stuff, what's wrong really is three things. The first one is the lead singer. Either they don't know how to give direction while they're singing, or they don't know how to actually stand in position of control of both the vocals, the material they are singing with, or the musicians or the band. Or their vocals is not that solid enough. And so, or they're doing the wrong song. What I mean by you're doing the wrong song, it's diverse. Either you're doing the wrong song in the right time, or you're doing the wrong song as far as your vocals is concerned. Because you could be singing the right song, but your vocals is not for that song. There are things like that. You all know that, right? Or you're doing a song that, you don't have, your vocals may be right for it. It might be the right song for the service, but you don't have the right command for the song. Or you're not even probably prepared enough for the song, or not vocally, for lack of words, let me use, you're not vocally ready for that song. And so, remember, it's praise and worship. That's all you're singing, really, 90% of it in the service. But so much can go wrong in that service, and it's praise and worship. Now, let's move to the second section. Or, what could possibly be wrong could be your background singers. And this is diverse too. Either they're not singing the right parts, or generally, they could be singing the right parts. But you see how in the first semester we dealt with how to sing and background, and then there's a lot that we have to deal with that because there is no absolute blending. So you could have people singing the right parts, singing the right harmony, but you could have wrong volumes. Or you could have wrong tones. And so there's no blend, even though you're singing the right note. Or you could have the right note, the right blend, the right volume, but wrong pronunciation. Because people are saying different words, pronouncing it differently. So again, it goes back to not blending. Does that make sense? So these are the two areas now. So now there's a problem, because even in praise and worship, we're dealing with all this back and forth in the service. The other parts we're going to deal with, because we're going to talk about discipline, we're going to talk about commitment, and we're going to talk about stewardship, because those three things are also key with rehearsal, with performance. Now, the next section, which is the third one, that happens in the service, is that you can have people that have the right vocals, the right song, uh, uh, the right command for a song, but bad performance. Remember again, praise and worship. How could we possibly have bad performance during praise and worship? But yes, this, because it all goes together. It's all it's all together. Okay, so what I want us to do, and this is the reason I'm splitting us in 6 in groups, because now I want the smaller the group, I'm going to split us in the course of this probably into 3s, because into 4s maybe. So 1 lead and 3 background. Because the smaller the group, the more independent you become, and then you become efficient, and you're able to establish that command that you need to. So as a lead singer, when you stand in front, you're going to learn how to be able to actually command a song, whether you have just 3 background singers, or you have just 3 background, or you have 6, or you have just 3, and then the band. So these are the things we're going to deal with in this semester. So what you have to, as the background singer, we got to ensure that you got it right. And so sometimes during the semester, we're going to have one person leading a song, and then I'm going to switch you around till you go back to leading background efficiently, and somebody stand from back and just come front and then able to lead. So we're going to do all of that back and forth, just so that anyone on the team is efficient and able to deliver very effectively. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Awesome. Everyone excited about that? Come on, smile back at me now. Y'all looking at me like you're sad. Come on. Get excited. That was a fake one. But it's all right. Yes.
Before you move into the 3rd part, is there a way you can include, like, towards the end, or maybe somewhere in the 2nd part, where you can teach maybe some of us, or maybe I might be the only one with that issue?
What issue?
Who, my face speaks a lot. I could be singing, and the person next to me is singing something off. I just can't control it. My face will go off, or like again, or I might turn to look at the drummer, like I don't know how to do it. Like I've been working on it, but it's still not working.
Okay, so that's part of what we're going to deal with in this semester. So that's fine. It's not only a lot of people do that here, but we're going to deal with that in this semester. Number 1 is Naomi, by the way. She's number 1 on that list. So we deal with, and then she's number 2.
Naomi, you say, and you know it, huh?
I know. I ain't saying you just have to fix me.
Don't worry, I got you. Fix me, Jesus. I got you. I'm going to fix you. All right, so, but that's part of what we're going to deal with. So now, that's performance level. That's on performance level. When we get there, we're going to deal with it. Where nothing affects what's going on, and you have to smile it through. Not like the smile when you get on the flight and then you see the air hostess just when you come and be like, and then, you know, everybody's face is just straight until when you see and then you just do that very quick smile, you know. But you have to make sure you're very comfortable. It comes from a place of not just maturity and in the things of God, but also a place of performance, learning how to perform maturely. So, but we'll get there. That's on performance level. So now let's deal with this. It's going to be 50-50. 50% of our rehearsals in this semester is going to be praise and worship, praise and worship, praise and worship, praise and worship. The other 50%, so it's going to deal with lead, background, lead, background, lead, background, lead, background. So it's all leading. The second section is going to be lead singing, so solo in the song. So we deal with both materials, praise and worship material, and then lead materials. So does that make sense?
Yes.
So now let's get to work. Anyone want to get clarity on any other thing before we get started? Yes, ma'am. Everyone good? You feeling better?
I'm enduring.
Thank you. It's gonna be all right.
Is that a frog?
So, I'm sorry. So on this section, on this class too, right? I'm gonna need everyone to learn excitement. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And teach that. That's fine. Don't worry. All right. So now let's start out with the first song tonight. Let's deal with this first praise and worship song. Let me do this real quick. Let's get the sopranos from all 6 of you, altos from all 6, and tenors from all 6. Usually on this section, who does sopranos regularly?
Nobody.
All of you do altos?
I think I'm the only soprano in the room. No, she's the only
Soprano.
I'm the only soprano here.
We
You're
all
alto.
go.
Just you?
I'm the only soprano in the room.
Okay.
So I can leave, right?
So now let's do this. Move to this way. Come this way. No, you stay right there. Just move. Yeah.
Wait, where are we going?
Switch.
No, you switch.
Switch with
Playing games.
Now he's playing games. That's what he's done. Okay. I'm obedient.
I'm comfortable with them.
All right. So let me move both of you down there. Move 2 of you down here.
Oh, the two of us.
Hold on. Hold on. Who sings higher for both of you?
Huh?
Who sings higher, both of you?
It's Doris. Doris is the soprano.
Are you soprano?
My range is higher, but I sing kind of church.
You sing tenor at church. Okay. What? You have a low range.
I don't know my range.
I really don't.
Okay.
I don't know.
So let me leave both of you soprano,
I knew it.
both of you on alto, and then both of you on tenor.
Can you do
All right?
the voice?
All right. So now stick to this. I want you guys to stick to this. All right? So, because this is what you're going to carry throughout the class.
This is going to disappoint you. It should really be Doris. I tell you.
All right. So soprano, do la sopranos, altos, tenor. Hold it, just hold it, hold it. Stop. All right, now let's do that together. 1, 2, and up. Stop. That's it. All right, stick to your parts, okay? On this left, let's do sopranos and then the tenor. So let's stick that to it. So nobody does soprano yet. Everybody alto.
He playing games.
So what's the highest range? Yeah. In the alto.
Sir.
Excuse me, point of order.
Yes.
I love you, girl. Who? You. But you know that you
That's the soprano.
That's the
You making
soprano.
a mistake.
She was singing soprano?
It's
Is
Doris.
that range higher than yours?
Yes.
Oh, so why you hiding here? Move.
Praise the Lord! Hallelujah! Thank you, Jesus. I'm gonna go over here.
Thank Naomi.
Thank Naomi.
I'm gonna put you on the glass.
I
Thank
love you.
Naomi.
I'm sorry.
I didn't know that.
Leave.
No.
So altos here, what's your, what's the highest pitch? You do? I thought you were soprano. So you've been in alto this whole time?
She sings soprano.
You sing soprano, so we got soprano. Soprano. You sing soprano in your church. So now let me have 2 of you get married real quick. Move. Adjust. I want soprano to be, hold on. I got it. So can we move you in?
No. I
Okay.
can sing soprano, but I study classical, but I'm not strong in gospel with it. I can only do it in classical.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I need to move you to the middle because you're singing tenor already.
Yeah. Huh?
Can you come to the middle? Okay. So tenor. So who has the lowest range between 3 of us?
She has a low range.
Can you sing alto? I have a low range.
You have a low range?
I don't know what range I have. I should have.
Yes, I've heard her. She has a low range.
She has a low
She
range.
can sing tenor.
Okay, so we'll give you tenor.
I know. Soprano, but I like that.
All right, so let's do the same thing. Sopranos. La. Go. Sopranos. Alto. Tenor. Hold it, hold it. Just hold it. Stop. Now let's do it together. 1, 2, and go. Stop. What happened to alto?
She just sold herself out.
Minister Barbara, you're gonna need. I've not lost sight of that. I still see, I still feel it. It's like fire in my bones. This is your year. This semester is the semester. Is the semester when that can break out. This one. La. Together. Sopranos. So, I need you to watch me, okay? Because we gotta move now. Sopranos. And hold it. Go. Together. Go. Altos. Tenor. Stop. You gotta hold it. Hold it, sweetheart. Hold it, okay? Let's try that together. All 6 of you. 1, 2, and. Stop. 6 of you. Simply go. 6 of you. Then 1 more go. Tell us a little sing 1, 2, and. All 6 of you, 1, 2, and go. Stop. 6 of you, 1, 2, and go. Stop. Okay. Is this thing being recorded?
On here, on my phone.
Somebody log on to YouTube real quick. Let me check. Sorry. And it's recording. I just want to make sure. Let's look at the link and see if it's coming out. It is? Awesome. Now, everybody do it again. 1, 2, 3, and go. Stop. Okay. I'm excited it's been recorded because what you sound like by the end of this semester is going to be night and day. So I'm going to play this video back to y'all by the next concert. Now let's hold that so I can put it in the bag. And I'll pull it back when it's time. I need to see your face now. Now I'm going to raise that up. Just to my right. 1, 2, and. I'm missing the part. Stop. Again, together, everyone. I need to hear everyone's voice. 1, 2, and go. Up to my left. 1, 2, and. I'm taking that up to my right. Go. Stop. One more time. 2, 3, 1, 2, go. To my left. 1, 2, go. One more time. To my left. 1, 2, go. Sopranos, don't die on me. Don't die. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, go. Stop. All right. So now let's take one of our praise and worship songs in church. Now, the blending is really bad, but we'll work on that in a second. All right, so you can know what it is. You already know what it is, right?
No.
Why are you looking at me? You guys know what's happening, right? Okay. That's fine. The blending it's really bad.
It's bad, but it's not really bad now.
All right, it's beautifully bad. Does that make you feel better? It's sour. All right, so now we'll work on that in a second. Now let's take a praise and worship song and deal with that. And I'm going to deal with vocals one by one real quick. All right, so let's pick a song. What's the most popular song?
There you go.
I like the song I showed you. It's a perfect song. Now, this is what your praise and worship should sound like every day at church. Beautiful. So, this song is a perfect song because we're going to deal with the background, we're going to deal with the swell sound and all of that, and then the lead. So let's pick this key. Everyone unison. To my left, to my right, together. Let's go. 1, 2, here I am, go. Unison.
Here I am to worship. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether worthy, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me.
All right. No, you guys are doing good. Now watch this. I need everyone to know this because I'm going to pull you out at the third semester. You guys, I'm going to sit right there and each one of you will teach a song. So pay attention to what I'm about to share with you right now. And for those of you that are listening online, follow that too. Every time you pick a song, I'm going to hurry up. Every time you pick a song and you sing in background, pay attention to these few tips as a must. When you start teaching, make sure you pay attention to first thing you want to pay attention to is the length of the song, your chord time. Here I am to worship. When people are holding it out, make sure, this is a tip, everyone is holding it out at the same length. Don't let nobody hold it out longer or shorter than the other person. It's a rule. Otherwise, it's going to be messed up. Do we have that in our pocket?
How do you stop them?
Huh?
How do you stop them? Or just continue with them?
So because I'm standing here now teaching you guys will be the ones standing here teaching the choir. So when you start teaching, you go through rehearsal and you tell them, no, this is how it is. Now, generally, without you teaching anybody, because you guys are here now, understand the rule. Once you listen to a song, your first instinct when you listen to a song, just think of how long they sustained it. Like literally, as you're listening to the song, once you want to start practicing it, as you're listening, start listening to how long they held that line out or how short they held that line out. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Just think of that naturally. So if you're not sure, pause it, rewind it, play it until you're sure. Once you're sure, that's it. This is one rule, a basic rule that every background should know. Does that make sense? Yeah. Now, here's the second tip I need you to put in your pocket. Because you're teaching because you mastered how to hold it out. The next thing you want to make sure everyone gets is the words, the pronunciation of each word. You want to make sure everybody is saying the same thing, pronouncing it exact same way. Yes, ma'am.
I'm just going to share with the group. What I have found is I have to say it wrong so I don't stand out. I can't pronounce the wrong word correctly or I'll stand out, so I say it like the group.
Yes. And that's smart because that's what it's supposed to be. The thing is, right unison is better than wrong harmonies.
Y'all Africans be.
Even though your right unison, it's a wrong unison. It's better than wrong harmonies that is put out there. Does that make sense? So you want to make sure someone is a group of people are doing the wrong thing. In a sense, don't be the only one doing the right thing. Otherwise, it's going to make everything wrong. So now let me say this again. Let me say the right way so that you get what I'm saying. Okay. Americans have the way to pronounce words. Okay. Africans have the way to pronounce words.
Definitely.
Now, if you come to Africa, right, there's a way we say our words that you have to follow.
I'm saying.
Okay? And so you now have to learn it to be able to say, because when you use the word accent, it's relative. Does that make sense? So every one of us do have accent. It just depends on where you are and what you're doing. There are certain things
Double hard, you know that.
you have to work double hard to say African words. But does that make sense? Now, so the goal is to ensure everyone is saying exact same thing, because words are actually, you can switch them anyhow you want to do them in a song, and it becomes that. For instance, why in the word would you say the word, what's that word again? That Ezekiah Walker was pronouncing. God, genuine. Thank you. So now if we're singing a song and some of us are saying genuine and then some people are saying genuine, now there's a conflict. So you don't want to, you say I say genuine and we all accepted it. So it's the same way. It just depends on how you say it. It becomes normal. But your goal is to make sure everyone is saying the same thing. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So that's the second thing you want to put in your pocket. Make sure. Oh, you're hearing something different and you say everyone, no, that's it. That's how you want to say it. Yes, ma'am.
You know that times when, like during praise, especially during praise, in worship you can control it, but during praise, there are some songs that when you're dancing, and you're up there, that's backup, the words you don't even remember. You don't remember that you have to do. Let's say like some Jehovah turns my life. Suppose African Jehovah turns my life. So it's.
And that's fine. That's why you're here. That's why you're here. So I got to show you now so you can keep showing the other people how to get it right. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because if you're doing a recording, do you know the disaster that would happen?
That's what I have to go through.
You see? So every of your service, you should sound like it's a live recording. And there's a lot that goes into that. Otherwise, all the recordings we've been hearing, you wouldn't like any one of it. Do you know what goes into recording? Oh my goodness, I'm about to take you guys to that in a second.
And what happens to
So, everybody hold on, please.
When just like she said, when they start doing praise and worship, and if they get to a song that's maybe their favorite song, or their song where they just lose themselves, they forget their part, they forget whatever movement, whatever facial expression, the notes. It just.
So this is the thing. Your excitement is not supposed to control your vocals. You're supposed to get excited, which is great.
Or
make sure you're
singing all together.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot. You have a mic here, everyone, the song just gets in your head and they rock. And the thing is here. Matter of fact, I just saw it this weekend. Somewhere, where'd that go? Somewhere. And I was playing the keyboard, I just put my hands down and said, God, what is this? Because the person danced and left the mic. And it's a background singer. They left the mic and they danced, and then the song is still going and the mic was there. I was like, because they got excited and they left the mic. That sounds like what some of y'all have done. But you're not supposed to do that. We deal with that when that time comes, to have it intact. Now, here's the third thing you must have in your pocket. I spoke of what? What's the first one?
Elongation.
How long is singing?
What's the second one? Yes.
Pronunciation.
The third thing you must make sure as background singer that you must have it, because you stand here and teach it. Ensure that everyone is singing the same dynamics. You already know that. So the dynamics are very, if the song requires a sweat dynamics, make sure everyone is using that. If it requires just a straight dynamics, ensure everyone does that. Okay? Now we have those three things in place. Normally you should make sure everyone is singing the same timing. Everyone is singing at the same time. Alright? So 4. Okay? Now, I said that because I wanted us to go back to that song. And now, based on the Here I Am to Worship, everyone listen to the next person. Even though we're singing unison now, make sure the length is all the same. Everything is the same. Just listen out and everyone agree. Does that make sense?
It's lovely and worthy.
Huh?
It's lovely first, then lovely.
So you ready? 1, 2, and.
Here I am to worship. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to
That last part, altogether wonderful to me.
altogether wonderful to
One more time again, everybody get it right. Yeah, all together.
altogether wonderful to me.
One more time.
Altogether wonderful to me.
For the last time, get it.
Altogether wonderful to me.
All right. Based on what I've taught, you guys did real good so far. But I need someone in this team without me correcting it. Who can correct it? Now, yes, one rule.
Pulling it a little.
You can correct it any way you want it to be corrected. But what's the rule?
As long as it's all the same.
So let me have you correct it real quick. Now, if you know the song, how it's sung, then you can correct it based on that. Just in case you don't know.
So one thing I saw was the wonderful part. So I thought we were supposed to wonderful to me. So there's like a break in between wonder and then full. So it's wonderful to me.
You learned it different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also the way we breathe, we're not breathing at the same time. So we have to basically stop at the same time. So here I am to worship. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me. Right? Get it?
Got it.
And that should be brought up at the beginning because each one of us learned it different. I learned it from the CD and we hold the one.
Hold the one.
We don't do the break.
Okay.
I hear
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Did she did good? She did real good?
She did good in what she was saying. Yeah.
All right. So this is what we're going to be doing. I'm going to give you guys assignment and one person is going to teach different songs. Just like that, because we want to make you an effective teacher. So you become a music director. You're going to correct the musicians. We're going to intentionally take you off so you can fix it. That's going to make you more effective. Does that make sense? All right. Now, I need everyone to follow our teacher right there. She just made some corrections. Now, can we do that? One of the things I forgot to mention, and she did mention it, is breathing. Yeah, so everyone, when you start teaching a song, listen out to how they were breathing in the song. This is so important that you get that so you can teach it. And or if you're not in a position of teaching and in your position of background, you allow everyone, you follow just how they did the breathing. Yes, ma'am.
I forgot something.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so when we were singing, when we were singing unison, sorry, when when we were singing unison, people were doing notes. All together lovely, all together wonderful. But I felt like for unison we should do straight. And then if we break out the parts, that's when we start doing all the beautiful stuff. That's what I thought.
Okay, so that's another rule that falls into dynamics that I was talking about dynamics, all the different parts of dynamics. You remember when I was talking about slows, pitch bend? That's the rule. You must listen out to the different dynamics that happens in the song and follow them. So if the song does not require a slow or a pitch bend, you remember what pitch bend is, right? The slow thing, that's what she just did. You don't do it. If it does not require a side cry dynamics, you don't do it. If it requires a swell dynamics, you do it. If you don't, just make sure everyone is the same. So don't slow. Just don't sing it like you're singing lead. Do it just straight if it requires straight. Does that make sense? Awesome. So now let's follow. 1, 2, go on the keys. All right, let's go. 1, 2, and.
Here I am to worship. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me.
One more time. You're here.
Here I am to worship. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me.
Now, does that make sense? Everybody learned something so far? Please help me now. I need feedback.
Yes.
We're good? Now let's get down now to real work. Yes, ma'am.
How long do we hold the last note?
To me and come. Okay. I'll teach you guys how to just naturally know when to cut off in the song. I'll show you guys later. Without even if you've not heard the song before, you're just hearing it for the first time, you can tell when the song should cut off, even though you've not heard it, you can correct it. But I'll show you guys that later, okay? Now, just to my right, now I need you to sing, and now we're going to break into parts, okay?
Guys, I was ready.
It's okay.
Let's go. 1, 2, unison and break into parts. 1, 2, get go. Here I am.
Here I am to worship. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me.
Harmonies.
Here I am to worship. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God.
That's fine so far.
You're altogether lovely,
That's it.
altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me.
Oh, God, say everybody catch up. Say, go.
Here
Catch up.
here I am to
Tell us, I can't hear you. Sing up.
Here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely,
Tell us, come up.
altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me.
time. Go. Tenors, come up. Yes, come up. Team up with your group. Make sure both of you are singing the same thing. Keep going. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Make sure both of you on the same team are singing the same thing. That's the key. That's the key. Make sure 2 of you are singing the same thing. Altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me. That's fine. One more time, go. Up, sing up. Here I am to worship. Sing up. Bring it up now. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely. Sing up. Up. Altogether worthy. Altogether wonderful to me. Swell now. One time. Here I am to keep going. Now, keep going. Now, on every of your last words, swell it. Keep straight. Or swell. Straight. One more time. Up. Here I am to worship. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely. Don't hold it. Don't over it. Oh, I need to hear your words. Okay. Now, keep going. I need you to invert. Let's go. 2 and. Here I am to worship. Here I am to bow down. Tell us, come up with a melody. I need you to say that you're my God. You're altogether. Give me my swell still. Open up your voice. Open it. One time, get the parts right. Open it. Here I am to worship. Praise, come on, praise. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me. Now stand up real quick. Simply say, woman, here I am. Sing up. Open it now. Open it. Open it. Here I am to say that. Open it. Stop. Watch me. Tell you what, watch me. Now I need you to open your vocals. You're still sounding. What is that? Okay, so for those of you that do, I need you to open it up. So I need, okay, that's why I need your natural voice. 1, 2, and go. Here I am to worship. Now give me my sword here. And push it all the way out. 1, 2. Now, I'm coming just 1 second. Now, don't forget the next person that's singing with you. You have to ensure both of you are sounding just so alike. I should not be able to differentiate your vocals from each other. So that's how much it should blend. So both of you must be on the same dynamics frequency. You must be on the same volume, the same strength, the same tenacity. Okay? Don't miss that. And then we group them in twos. Ensure both of you are singing the same thing, the other two the same thing. And then whilst you're listening to that, also listen to the general 6 of you to make sure you're 2 Two of you are not louder than the other two. Okay? Listen to your part just to make sure your part's not louder than the other one. So, but when I want you to open it, I want you to open it. Here I am. Okay? Don't go back again. And then I need you to not chew your words. You stay chewing it. That's what it sounds like over here. So don't owe your words all the way through, please. Yes, ma'am.
Do not chew that ooh. You have to, on that chew, you gotta do the ooh to bring it out. Otherwise, it's gonna chew. Chew is when it's like garbage coming out. And you can't understand your enunciation. So instead of when you put that ooh, when you have that ooh, you have to form your mouth in a way where the ooh, ooh, like you're kissing somebody. Ooh, okay? It's gotta be that ooh in front of that T in order for it to come out. Okay? I only said that so you would understand where I was saying and how to form your mouth. Okay? Thank you.
Does that make sense? You got it? So, because I need to hear you guys clearly. Yes, ma'am. Jeremy? Yes.
I'm killing.
What happened? Okay, standing. I'm sorry.
No, not standing. I'm not as strong as I normally would be. I'm strong, but not really.
As far as vocals or standing?
As far as health wise.
Okay, so sing.
No, I gotta sing it right. I'm just saying that's
Or
why I can't get it out as loud.
let me give you this one.
No, it's not about the standing part.
Oh, okay,
I'm
the
saying,
loudness, the
remember
volume.
you saying I need to and I'm trying to gather the strength, but it ain't all coming.
Okay, I got you. So as much as you can, I want you to open it. Hold on, everyone. Hold on.
Naturally loud. So
Yeah.
how do I bring it down but still clear?
That's a hard
Yeah.
thing. It's very hard. This is why.
I'm struggling.
Yeah, I know. This is why everyone needs to practice that, and this is something. That's why I want you to go up, and then because I wanted to get you to bring it back down. But this is what we're going to deal with that in this class, in this particular semester. This is what we deal with it because that's very key. We'll do a lot of dynamic stuff because we need all that in praise and worship a lot. Because dynamics has a way of controlling. It has a way of pulling you in during praise and worship. I feel so better, by the way. Patience, good to see you. Dynamics has a way of pulling you in so strong. Okay? No, that's fine. Everyone needs to learn that. So the ability, that's what they call voice control. The ability to be able to be loud and then bring it right back down. So we'll deal with that. So everybody open it up, sing it one time low, and then we'll open it up. 1, 2, and here I am. Heart. It's good.
Which one are we doing?
Do the inverted. That's where you were doing soprano. Alto. Tenors, you were doing the melody. All right, let's go. 1, 2, and.
Here I am to worship. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether wonderful.
That's fine, that's it. One more time, just ought to sing up. Tenor, sing up. Make sure you sing up.
Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God.
See, everywhere, everything is scattered. So I need, okay. Pay attention to this. Every time a section sings and it looks like one is lacking, it affects this. It's almost as if there's a loophole. So, like I'll stop, I could just hear everything. Okay? So sound, those two sections, because your twos, it has to be two, it has to be full. Otherwise, when one person is louder and the other person is lacking, it sounds really, really bad. So now let's do a cappella just to make sure everyone is on the same page. 1, 2, and here I am.
Here I am to worship.
I didn't want to use this intensity now.
all together lovely,
Give me a little strength.
all together worthy,
Give me a little strength.
all together wonderful to
I need you to breathe to the beginning of your song. Here. Here I. Keep singing. Two, what is it? One, go. 1, 2, top, go.
Here I am to worship.
Stop. All together. 1, 2, 1, 2, and.
Here I am to worship.
Now your voice is lost. Just hear a little. 1, 2, and. 1, 2, go.
Here I am to worship. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my
Okay. Tell us, sing along. 1, 2, I'm coming to you. 1, tell us, go, sing. Sing up. Faustina, sing up. Sing up, Faustina. Don't sing, just Faustina. Keep going.
Altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me.
One more time.
Here I am to worship. Here I am to bow down.
Jerk her.
Here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me.
Sopranos.
Here I am to worship.
Sing up.
Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me.
Okay. Let me just get right to it. Oh,
This is the regular one, right? Not the
sit down. Oh,
This is
sit,
the regular
sit.
one, not the inverted one.
Yeah, that's the inverted one.
This
Sit.
is the inverted one.
All right, so stand. Let me work with you real quick. Sweetheart, stand. What were you doing? Okay, so you guys were singing flat 5. It's supposed to be a flat 4. A 4 actually. Here I am to worship. It's actually just 5. It's still 5. Here I am to worship. No 6, don't worry. But that's your part. So here I am. So now let's get the voice. 1, 2. Where's alto here? You're singing alto, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so alto stand. You got it. Here I am to worship. Let's get that real quick. 1, 2, and go.
Here I am to worship.
Here I am to worship. Say no. 1, 2, and.
Here I am to worship. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God.
So yeah, I see you're trying to sound kind of real, something like that. That's fine. So I need you to push. Hold on. Yeah. So I need you to just add a little bit of bottom to your notes. Yeah. Just say the first. line, here I am to worship. Just you alone. Sing.
Here,
No, to the end. Sing it.
here I am to worship. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God.
One more time. Top.
Here I am to worship. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God.
All right. For the sake of practice, it looks like one is used to that. Yeah? So, here I am to worship. Do that. No, to worship. Don't do that. Okay? Let's go. 1, 2, and. Here I am to worship. Okay? 1, 2, and. Thank you. Same thing. That's it. Top. One more time to go. Here I am to. All right, now let's make it sweet. Now you got it now. So here I am to go. Go. No, so now I need you to add just a little bit of bottom to like you. Yeah, like you want to owe it, but not quite owe it, like you're doing the classical thing that I taught. You remember? So, here I am. So sing it a little bit louder. 1, 2, and go. Here I am. 2, 1, 2. Just you know, go. One more time. You got to breathe into it. 1, 2, go. Here, 2, and 2, go. One more time. 1, 2, go. Here I am to. 1, 2, go. Sing.
Here I am to worship. Here I am to bow down.
Stop. You can sing. Sing. Let me just walk with that. Now everyone learn this. So no, you stand. You can sing. So what I want you to do is. Here I am to worship. So you got to breathe into it. Here I am. Try that, go. So I need you to just breathe into it. You know that here, that thing gives it gives it some kind of bottom. So let it come from here because it sounds too light when you sing it up there. Like it just sounds like a little bit like paper. So this way you kind of like just work on your tone. If that makes sense. So here I am. Try it. 1, 2, and try it from here. Read it. Here, 1, 2, and go.
Here,
One more time.
here I am to worship.
Not to it's to worship.
Here I am to worship. Here I am to bow.
Don't bump it. Don't bump it like that. Just come on.
Me?
Yes. Stay to my right, to my left. Sorry. So I need both of you to sing it together, okay? All right? Now let's do that together. No, her part. Yeah. So sing this. The same thing, yeah. So sing with me. 1, 2, let's 3 of us do it together. 1, 2, and go. Yeah.
Here I am to worship.
Let's start. One more time, top. 2, 1, 2, 3, and go. Say.
Here I am to worship.
Now I need you to stop. I need you to just give it a little bit of strength. 2, and. Here I am.
To worship. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say
You're my God. I need a little bit of strength. Okay, so don't just say, don't make it too lazy, okay? One topic at God and God. Yeah. Two. One more God. Time.
Here I am to worship.
Strength.
Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God.
So yes, the problem. So every time you say your last words, make sure you hold it. So when you lose it, when you have it lose, it doesn't sound right. So like this. Here I am to worship. So it's like worship. Hold it like worship. Does that make sense? Okay. So my voice is gone. It's hard for me to explain what I meant vocally. So, but let me bring the key down so I'll explain it better. Hold on. Here I am. Okay. Here I am. Okay. Here I am to worship. As opposed to worship. Worship. Here I am to bow down. You understand? So every part you sing, make sure you hold it at the end. Don't just let it loose, okay? So worship, worship. Two, say go. One more time. I need your volume louder. 1, 2, 3, and go. One more time. Just see a little go. A little louder. Louder, go. Sing, go. Stay and go. Go. You're gonna mess up the song. Oh, okay. Sorry, sweetheart. I'm sorry. Okay, it's okay. All right. So, no, it's okay. Okay, sit. Come on, you got it. Okay, that's fine. Faustina. Is that your name? Sure? Okay. I know. All right. So
something that would help if when you breathe, see how watch my head. Watch how I breathe. When I go in, I'm breathing in, and when I come out, my stomach goes out like a balloon. If you practice that at home, your breathing has the whole lot to do with your volume. How you bring it up, how you bring it down, and how you hold that note at the end. If you don't take in enough air, it's going to fall flat, and that's what it's called. You go flat when you don't hold that note all the way to the end. It's going to go down. But those are techniques that if you ever can learn how to breathe in, it'll give you the volume that he's asking for. And anyone that want help with that, I'd be glad to help you with it. I studied 3 years doing that, learning how to breathe. And I thought I could sing until I learned classical, and they said, you're not breathing properly. But what he's asking for will only happen if you breathe. And we can learn, we can do exercises with breathing. And that volume will come. And when he talks about singing soft versus singing with something bottom, thank you, underneath of it, you might say, because of my cold, I can't do it, like, here I am to worship, here I am. You hear the difference when I breathe? I can bring that volume up from breathing, and I can belt it out. And so I'm just saying that breathing right there will help you get what he's asking for. So, because you have the voice, and it's beautiful, and it's melodious. It's called melodious, okay? And all it is that what you don't know is stopping you from asking, from so much of him asking at one time. and you're trying to do all that at one time, and it won't happen. So don't beat yourself up on that. It's okay. That's because we're at school. We're all here together. That's why, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. God loves you. And when he comes through you, guess what? All that's going to go out the door.
Amen.
Because that anointing is going to flow through you, and you're going to say, oh, one day I was stage fright. Even at this stage, if I learn a new song, I'm nervous when I first get up there and sing it the first time. You know why? Because it's not me, it's out of the way. I want God to take over. And guess what? He'll do that with you, each and every one of us. Because when you get up there and think you got it, you'll have it, but you'll fall having it. But when you allow God to teach you and show you what to do, it's going to be all right. One day we're going to sit back and say, that's not the same girl I knew.
Oh, yeah.
So that's my encouragement to you.
So should we make you partner? Are you getting ready to cry too?
Me?
Yeah.
Me? You
No.
talking to her?
No, I'm talking to you.
Me?
Yeah.
No,
I thought you were trying to cry.
I'm just,
On behalf of her.
I just felt your spirit, honey, and I just
Listen.
wanted to encourage you, that's all.
You're doing good. She's getting ready to cry on behalf of you. But you're doing good. You're doing so good. You know, one day, guess what happened? We got in a rehearsal. I used to be on this team in Nigeria that was probably one of the most popular band at the time. It was called Compassion Band, and so I would do auditions for a lot of the artists here today to come for rehearsals. So I do audition for them before they could join the band. I used to do music for the band before I came here. So I did audition for about 22 keyboard players because we were 3 keyboard players and we needed, one was traveling here to the States at the time, so we needed just one more. So a lot of them came. And because they had heard of me, some of them were very nervous. That some of them got on the piano as soon as they sat down, when I said play, they were so nervous their hands couldn't get on the piano at all. And some of them that got on the piano, their hands could not play like a regular note. You know how you guys play do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do? I'm talking about good piano players, they couldn't do it. Because every time they tried to hit do, their hands would move. Be like, and then, because of stage fright, and this happened to all of us at some point. I've been so frightened, I hit the mic fell off. Never happened to you? No, I know it hasn't. But, you know, it's normal. And I still get extremely nervous all the time. Because when you, and that's normal. So I'm just trying to say this to say that's okay. When I come and stand before you guys, I'm nervous. What? Do you know that?
Did we know that? No. Now we know.
And the reason is because I want to be extremely dependent on what God is saying now and on what He said yesterday. And to be able to do that, I have to be conscious and not depend on my strength or skill. Does that make sense? So, because I may be teaching you what's inspired, I want to ensure I don't do that. So I completely want to depend on God. And so, and in doing that, in relying on God, it's strange. It's very strange. Very strange. So, but yeah, so don't worry. At some point, it's not going to be the nervousness of the ability to do. It's going to be the fear of God. Does that make sense? It's not fear of the people you're standing before. It's going to be the fear of God. Make sure I do this thing right by you. Does that make sense? See, be good. Give me 5. All right. Now we got it. So now I want to show everyone in the soprano, alto, and tenor got it on both sides. All right. Do you understand how she explained it? You got it a little bit? Okay. So now let's try that all sections by my right. Can you be standing real quick? I want to make sure everyone has it.
Hey, are you the teacher?
Soprano, okay? Here I am to worship. All right, let's go. 1, 2, everybody go. Up.
Here I am to worship.
Now then you push your worship out. Worship. 2, 1, 2, sing it out, go.
Here I am to worship. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that
Push it.
you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful.
Make the sweat obvious one more time.
Here I am to
Sweat obvious.
worship. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to
Let your body control
say
it.
that you're my God.
Push it out. Now you need to use your natural voice, so push it out a little louder. Everybody go. Here I am.
Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely.
Make it sweet, sweet.
Altogether worthy, altogether wonderful.
Swap, swap, swap. Yeah.
Here I am to worship.
Continue.
Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God.
That's it, that's it.
You're altogether lovely,
That's it, that's it.
altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me.
One more time. Give me my sweat still. Go.
Here I
That's it.
am to worship. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my
You
God.
can do it. You can push, but don't worry.
You're
That's it.
altogether lovely, altogether worthy,
Tell us, come on.
altogether wonderful
Now.
to me.
That wasn't what I started. That's what
All right, so go hang out with her real quick.
Did we?
All right.
Yeah, y'all did. Your knee inverted.
Huh?
No,
Did he
he,
What
invert
change?
or did he modulate?
I don't know what he did, but he said go up, and I'm just like,
He must have been
when she
modulating.
changed, like when she changed, my brain automatically tries to find the center.
Yeah. But that was it. Yeah, no, that's it's the same key. It's just a different harmony. To my left stand.
Thank God.
Who did he say? He said they should stand. Sit, be seated. Be blessed, right side. Look. Be blessed, right side.
All right. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, go. Unison. 1, 2, and go.
Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely,
Sweet.
altogether worthy, altogether
Where's soprano?
Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God.
All right, let's fix this real quick, Ellie. Same note. Same note. Like all together. Same note. Same note. Go together. So here I am together. Go. Sing. Both of you, let's go. Patience and Sandrine. Sing out. 1, 2, go. And. Stop. I need your voice. Sing out. Yeah. Sing out. Go. Not 2. It's 2. Sing note. That's it. Here I am to worship. Go.
Here I am to worship.
One more time.
Here I am to worship.
Go on. Same thing. So go on. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that. It's the same thing. You just change your words. 1, 2, go. And.
Here I am to worship.
That's it.
Here I am to bow down.
That's it.
Here I am to say
That's it.
that you're my God.
That's it. You're
You're all together, Lord.
same thing. You're all together. You're all together. That's it.
All together wonderful to me.
One more time. You're all together again.
You're all together loving, all together worthy, all together
No, not together. No. No. All together.
all together,
Lovely.
all together loving,
That's it.
all together worthy,
That's it.
all together wonderful to
Now top. Here I am to worship. Everybody go.
Here I am to worship. Here I am to worship.
Say melody. Why are you calling her? Melody.
You're my God.
That's it.
You're all together worthy. All together worthy.
That's it.
All together wonderful to me.
Just altars alone. 1, 2, melody.
Here I am to
That's it. Melody.
Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God. You're all together lovely, all together worthy, all together wonderful to
Soprano join them.
Here I am to worship. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God. You're all together lovely.
All together worthy.
All together
That's it.
worthy, all together
Stop. Now let's do the swell. Just add the swell to it. Here I am to. Okay, 1, 2, go. 1, 2, and.
Here I am to worship.
Don't forget, it's got to go all the way down and then up. Okay, 2, 3, 1, 2, and.
Here I am
all the way down.
to worship.
Sweet, just make it sweet when you go up. Worship. 2, 1, 2, and.
Here I am to worship. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God.
All right, so now I have this strength that I'm looking for from you guys, but there's something wrong about the sweetness, the blending and the sweetness. So there's something wrong. Your voices sound a little bit raw, which is okay in the strength, but I need to just fine tune it just a little bit more. Okay, so I need it sweet and just a little tender and soft. Not soft in strength, but soft in the tonality of it.
When I go low as you want me to go, let's say on worship, I feel like I can't hear myself. Like I'm just
You singing?
and then try to say shit.
Is that your part?
Here I am to worship. There's no words. It's shit.
Okay, sing. Okay, sing it with me. Just here.
Here I am to
No, you're missing that note first. Here I am to do that.
Here I am to worship.
Okay, so do that. There's no word there. I can hear it.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm loud. I'm not low the way you want me to
Okay,
go
okay.
low and then come up.
That's it. That's it. You got it? So just when you go all the way down there, just push it all the way up. Okay? So everyone, let's go. 1, 2, and here I am.
Here I am to worship.
Soprano. Here I am to. Yeah, please. One more time, let's go. 1, 2, and.
Here I am to worship.
Everybody, worship God.
Worship.
All the way down, everybody do low, go. Stay right there. Stay at the bottom and hold it at low. Or your part. Now increase it. All the way up. All the way up. Bring it back there. There. So you sing it right there low. Take it out. Bring it down. Right back down and then shift. Okay? 1, 2. Let's try that again. Everybody walk. Go. You got to bring it back down and then shift. Okay? One more time. 1, 2, go. I know you're running out of breath. Let's try it again. One more time. Walk up. Okay? Now let's try that one more time. The last time. 1, 2, go. And. Come on the way down before you say shift. Now watch me, okay? 1, 2, go. Where? From the beginning, go. Okay? So now let's increase it. Let's increase it. 1, 2, and real quick. You got to say the lower first. 1, 2, 3, and go. Take it all the way up. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, and go. Make sure you come right back down and before you shift. 1, 2, and. No, stop. All the way bottom. 2, 1, 2, 3, and go. Everybody, you got to hit it first. And before you move, 1, 2, and. Stop. Watch me. Just do this. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and. Watch me. Just watch me. 1, 2, and bottom. 2, 3, and go. Watch me. Say no. 3 and go. No, you say. That's why I'm going to direct you when to go up. 1, 2, go. Don't move. Just stay right there. 1, 2. I'll tell you when to go up. 1, 2, and. Still come down. And then, all right. So you're too loud in your word. 1, 2. One more time. Go. All the way up. Stop. So we got to move it all the way up. Okay, move it all the way up. 1, 2, go. Bring it all the way down. Barbara, you got it?
Yeah, when we pull it so much, that's when the breath is.
Yeah, so we got to get you guys to get more breath. We got to get you guys to get more breath. So work on your breathing. Let's go again one more time. 1, 2, and. Stand up. Right there. Let's go. One more time. 1, 2, 3, and go. Calm down. Some of you are still missing it. Calm down. Once you calm down real quick and then shift. Now, it's supposed to be 1. Right time you go now. When you go up, go all the way up. 1, 2, and. No, so now, see, there's got to be a difference between the bottom and the up. Otherwise, it's not going to sound good. So it's got to be from bottom. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and. Here I am to go. So see, there's no difference. Run to worship. Here I am. Worship God. Worship. Bottom to the top. I am to worship. Make it sweet. Here I am to worship. You say it. Everybody sing your part. Just stay. The first one, here I am to. Here I am to worship. Here I am to worship. Here I am to. Here I am to worship. One more time. Here I am to worship. Sing your part, right? Here I am to worship. You gotta go bottom and up. Here I am to worship. One more time. Here I am to worship. No. You're missing it. You keep missing it. Patient. Here I am to worship. And now open it. Try it. Just feel it. 1, 2, and. Here I am to. No. Here I am to. Try it. Here I am to. 2. One more time, top. Here I am to. One more time and go. Here now you need to breathe into it. Here I breathe into it and go. Here I. Okay, so your voice sounds raw too. And so it's most of you. So I need you to breathe into it, every one of you. Here. That's where you cause that blending. I gotta get my voice back. Why are you crying?
The sea is coming my way. I don't like it.
1, 2, breathe into it, go. That's good. One more time, go. Continue to the end.
Here I am to
Worship, go. And one more time.
Here I am to worship.
2, go. 2. Here I am to. 1, 2, 3, and go.
Here I am to worship.
No, so go bottom and up. Worship, go.
Here I am.
Don't break it.
Here I am to.
No. Get your words out. Get it to just have that legato feel. And then make it smooth. Here I am to. 1, 2, 3, and go.
Here I am to.
Make it legato. Here I am to. 1, 2, 3, and go.
Here I am to worship.
1, 2, and.
Here I am to worship.
So go bottom. Just worship God.
Worship.
Bottom, reload.
Worship.
Watch me. Do reload. 1, 2, and. Don't move, okay? Reload and go. Don't move. Sing and hold it out. 1, 2, go. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, and go. Hold it. Just hold it. And hold it until I say stop. 1, 2, and. Hold it. That's as far as you can go. Have you been? Oh my goodness. What's happening to all your breath? Y'all haven't been practicing, have you? Oh, you're not feeling good? You're well. Say I'm well. Reverse it. Say I'm well. Good. That's fine. All right. Say everyone say I'm well. I'm fine.
I'm well, I'm fine.
Awesome.
I'm well, I'm fine.
Okay, so.
I'm well, I'm fine.
So here I am. So worship together. Worship God.
Worship.
One more time.
Worship.
Say that one more time. What happened? Worship God.
Worship.
God. So together, when just you 1, 2, 3.
Here I am to.
No. Where's the water? I'm going to baptize you if you do that one more time. It's not here I am to. No, it's here I am to. Good. Here I am to.
Here I am to.
Good. That's it. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Good. One more time. Just you and I. 1, 2, 3. Real sweet.
Here I am to.
It's the same note. Here I am to. Good. Together, let's do 1, 2, 3, and go.
Here I am to.
Now your voice is raw. I don't want it to be like that. I want it to be real smooth. Here I am to. 1, 2, 3, and go.
Here I am to worship.
Continue. Worship God.
Worship.
Good. All right. Let's go. You and I. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, go. 2 and go. Don't break it. 2. Don't do that. Here I am to worship. 2 go. Sweet, sweet. I tell you, make it legato. Everybody do the same thing, okay? Don't facilitate. Pay attention, Doris. Janet.
Yes.
Both of you. 1. So I want it legato. Don't do here I am. Everybody, I want to do here I am. Okay. That's how I want it. Just make it legato. Don't do here I am to work. Don't do that. You gotta make it smooth, real smooth, without smooth voice. Here I am. Okay, 2. You alone go. Sweet. No. You're still doing here. No. So here. Everybody. Stand up to my left. Everyone to my left. Let's go together. Just y'all on the left. I got to shut it down in a minute so I can give it to Mrs. Barbara. 1. Seriously? Did you just say thank me?
you should stay here for another 30 minutes by yourself.
Pastor Philip, I'm dying.
No, you're not dying. That's
No, I mean, I'm
Yeah, well,
not dying, but you know, there's something not there.
something is there. It's there.
There's something.
Everybody prepare your mind. It's work season.
Yep, it is.
I'm not doing a lot of talking this time, right? Because some things have been laid out. So I'm going to stand with one person for like an hour because I want you to get it. But you got to get back and practice. So we're going to deal with some stuff. Okay? From this section, I'm going to set materials way ahead of time. You get it, practice it, like your life depends on it. Because in 3 weeks, I want us to accomplish a lot. Okay, I think it's you who's trying to get to. We're going to shut it down anyway in a minute, so she's probably blocking it. So let's go. Yeah, they're calling me. I think that's what it is. 1, 2, 3, and go.
Here I am to worship.
And I need you to make it real smooth, make it real sweet, make it real powerful, solemn but has strength in it. 1, 2, and go.
Here I am to
Everybody legato. I need to feel it. I'm not feeling it. Here I am. Yes,
Can I sing with them so I can practice the worship?
please.
Come, baby.
Okay.
I'm gonna go join because
No, you can stay there.
I'm
Okay?
gonna be distracted though.
All right. 1, 2, 3, and go.
Here I am to
No, I still need that legato. Here I am. So the legato kind of is a feel that looks like recorded. Don't miss this next time. Here I am. Please.
So they can help you.
So the legato feels like it's going down and coming right back up. Here I am to, but it's one breath. All right? You ready? 1, 2, 3, and.
Here I am to worship. Here I am to bow down. Here I am
Same thing. The same person.
say that you're my God.
Use your body to express. It might be easy.
You're all